Hello, I am Rachit and this is the video demonstration of AWS Serverless architecture based project which was made by me. Here you can see I have used AWS Lambda which is getting triggered by Amazon API gateway, and here another trigger was there with S3 bucket. So let's see what actually this project do. So if we have practically we have XLSX file which has very large amount of data in it, and it has several columns like 40 to 45 columns are there, and amount and things are there, but we only wanted the filtered report which contains the customized headers which we want, and we wanted to each column to have some transformation over it. So we can provide a config file for it which is a JSON based config, and our project will convert this into an output file. Let me explain you here that what actually I want to mean. So here my file.csv is my input file, and here in this file you can see id value is there which might not be my use, and here the column name is name, but I wanted customer names over customer names as the name in my output file, and might be I don't need age, and in amount I am getting here in CSV file in paise, but I need it in rupees. In UTR number you can see we are having XDS35 this characters, 5 characters were added in each UTR, but we wanted it to be 000, and we wanted its entire length to be 18 character as you can see here. So the length we wanted as 18 character, but we do not want these 5 characters. In phone number also the data is corrupt, somewhere it is 0, somewhere it is +91 dash, somewhere +91, so data is corrupt. So for this purpose we can create a config which has 3 keys. First key contains the key value pair which is input file extension, is the input file which we are providing its extension, so it's CSV extension. This is required to make the software understand that which kind of processor they have to use. They have to read the file with CSV processor, XLS processor. Then there is the output file header, and these headers are in the order in which we wanted our output file to have, like amount we want, UTR we want, customer name, phone number. But the thing is how we will decide that how they are going to be mapped. So here we have the output file config which contains objects, and these objects contains the information about that. In each of these objects have a name, and this name key signifies the input file column name. So here you can see phone number, name, UTR, amount, which was there in the input file header, which is name, amount, UTR, phone number. And here we have provided we want to rename it to the value which was given in the header, which is amount, UTR, phone number, customer name. Order doesn't matter, order is being considered over here, that which order we want in our output file. And here we wanted our amount to be converted, to be transformed to convert to rupee. Here in UTR we want to remove our starting 5 characters as I have said before to XDS35, and we wanted to make it as a leading 0. So these are the chain of transformation we wanted. In the same way in phone number we wanted only last 10 digits, and we wanted to append this +91 in it. In renaming in name we do not want any transformation, we just wanted the customer name to be customer name. So if this transformation will applied, our output file will look like this, where the amount, UTR is there, and the values are being corrected, phone number being corrected, and headers are being in correct order. So let's once again see how it is practically going to happen. So first of all, we in our front end, which I will show you later, so in that front end we have a editor window where we can create the config, and when we press the upload button it will upload, it will call API gateway. In here AWS config will read the metadata, it will place it in S3 bucket. So I will show you the S3 bucket. It has 3 folders: config, processed, and unprocessed. Initially the config file will be uploaded here, and that config file name will contain a unique number. So basically that unique number is to signify each process. So this process, the main unique number will be attached in the file name itself. Once the file is placed, the upload file button will be visible, and then we will be able to upload our input file, and it will also get placed. So this time this input file will get placed over unprocessed folder. Here it is currently, it do not have anything, but once it get placed, so we have created our lambda, which is this lambda. So it get triggered when the input file is finally placed in unprocessed folder over here. So if I show you here the process So here you can see the trigger already being there for put operation over unprocessed folder. So once we put the file over there, it will process, it will read the config, it will load the configuration, transform the file and create an output file, which is a CSV file, which will also contain that unique number, and it will place it in our S3 bucket, which will be at the processed folder. So processed folder will contain the after processing file. So basically our front end is going to be calling in loop for checking if file exists in the processed folder. Once it keeps the file, it will get the file, it do the 20 retries of 5 seconds. So till then it must be getting those file. As it gets the file, it will show the download button. So let's see the practical example here. So here is the front end which I have created for my backend service, which was written in Angular. So here if you see, let me reload it. Okay, so now I can create here the configuration, and here we need the CSV. If our input file is XLS, we can change this to XLS, but now we will be using CSV. So if you add the headers as empty header, you can do your customized header, or you can type over here also, but I will be using the example one which we have just seen in our Sublime text. So we have to create this one. So basically if you want to create your own, you can add like this both, and you can write here UTR, and this is the input file name. UTR is there, but actually we wanted UTR in capital, so we can type it here, and we can append according to the index of the object. So we have to provide the index, in which index we want to add what. So basically here index is 0, so here I can add the remove from start, and other one which we wanted is the adding leading zeros. So here we can provide the values accordingly. So now I'm not going to add everything, so I will reset it. I have already made a button for example where this particular example is there, we're already pre-filled. So let's upload our config. So let's suppose if we have not provided the input file extension, it will show that input file extension is not there, and which is a required field. So we will provide it as CSV because we are going to upload a CSV. So one more thing here, you will find this window which contains the description of each and every button, what it actually does, and we can see here what actually these values do, and we can contact here to me if there is any query. So here upload button is disabled, output is disabled right now. When I will click this upload config, so it will try to upload the config over here. So see, the config uploaded successfully and upload button is active now. So let's see if config really get uploaded over our config folder. So let me reload it to check whether the config has been uploaded or not. See, the config has been uploaded. So if you see, it has a unique number 2207382227.json. so our JSON has been uploaded, and our unprocessed folder is empty. So now the second time our upload button is active, so now we can choose our file. So let's choose a file which I was showing for the demonstration. So the file I have kept over here, so this is the mile file which I have shown before. So I will upload it. As soon as I upload, it will start triggering this thing. So if you see here, you will find that it already started fetching. Upload is successful. It is trying to fetch, and once it will fetch, it will show the download button. Let's see if upload has been done. So like it is loading because config file has already been uploaded, and that input file is also uploaded. It has the same unique number. So as soon as it has uploaded this one, if we come here, okay, so here I can see that download button is appearing now, and it has tried to fetch, and once it get that download thing, so it has shown us the download button. If I click download button, okay, my report gets downloaded. So let me open it for you. Okay, so this was the report. Open with Sublime text. Okay, so this is the report which we have just generated, and which is actually equivalent to this. If I copy this one over here, which we have generated recently. So see, there is no difference and the data is correctly converted from my file to this. Okay, so this is the basic demonstration which just I have shown of my project over here. So let's see the CloudWatch logs which has been generated over here. So if I go to CloudWatch and if I reload it, so basically when the S3 bucket has triggered, it has triggered the Lambda, and here the actual processing has happened which has read both of these files. So it will take few seconds, then we will go to the code walkthrough. So till then it is loading. Let's see the code. So this is the actual code which has been working behind. I have also written the test where I have provided all these values. So if we talk here, I have kept a sample event which S3 bucket provides when we keep file in unprocessed folder. It contains a key that which file has been placed over here, and in our test class we have kept the config, input and report file for testing all these, and it reads these files and generates a temp file and it checks in the regression test. Here you can see this is our handler which actually handles the request, and you can see the input stream. We get the object, we convert it in event, and then we converted an event object from where we fetch our bucket name, our key, we define our Amazon service manager, everything has been defined, and it writes the file. And we have here the processors like CSV processor, XLS processor. Basically file processor is abstract class and factory method implementation is there. We can add more processor if we want to further scale our project. And transformations, let me show you few transformation. So transformations are basically the enum functions here, like convert to rupee which we are using is here, and you can see remove from start is there. It takes the data map, it takes the params and is do the transformation. Let's run one test, regression test for here. So regression test will practically show you in debug mode, so it will show you the running. So basically I have written the regression in such a way that it automatically reads the file from resources and it generates a new report file and it compares the file. So basically it is working. Okay, so here it has started, so it is going to set up all the things like transformation and all. I will move ahead. Okay, so regression test is started here. I will move ahead. Okay, till then I can show you that here it has already read the file, and okay, so the entire regression has run properly, and you can see here it has taken this input file, it has read it, and after reading it, it has created a new temp file which is having the values, and it has checked whether these two are matching or not. So basically these transformations are being done over here. It was written in core Java, and here is the code for my front end. And basically you can see here we have a navbar. We have used bootstrap grid. So basically we are having this JSON configuration, we have information card and this upload button, and we have used here basically the services also being used. So here if I show you, there is a shared service, and this shared service is being used to communicate between components. So for an example, the functionality where config file is uploaded, it is in other component, and so we have created a observer design pattern over here being implemented in this behavior subject. We have created an a constant variable which is a config upload status, which is a behavioral object, and we made an observable of it. So whoever going to subscribe to this particular constant, it is being able to be updated once this field get updated. So once we upload the file, here in the component file uploaded one, if you go and check in the HTTP, there is a disabled is there in config upload status, and if I go in its TS file, so here it has already subscribed this config upload status, and it has kept that value in its local, which is a config upload status. once it get uploaded, its status becomes true. As it becomes true, this line is the HTML disable removes, because it is written not disabled. So in this way these functionalities being written. Thank you for being seeing this video. The code is there in our GitHub profile.